Hello, my name is Benny Pierce, and I met Jesus at Young Life Camp at Star Ranch in 1953.
My name is Bob Leyleitner, and I met Jesus Christ at Young Life Camp Silver Cliff in Colorado in 1967, and my life was radically changed.
I'm Wendy Franco, and I met Christ at Young Life Camp in 1989.
So my name's Emma. I met the Lord at Castaway Club in Minnesota in 2014.
My name's Carly, and I met the Lord at Windy Gap in 2009.
When I was a sophomore in high school, life was difficult for me just because I made it difficult, because I didn't think that I needed to take instructions from anybody else.
I started playing basketball with this guy down the street, and his mother kept bringing out brownies, and she says, "Why don't you come up to church?" And I said, "Well, we kind of sleep in on Sundays, it's our Sabbath." And she kept on me for 4 years and finally got me to come to church one Sunday. And I met this girl named Ginger, and Ginger said, "Hey, we're going out to camp in Colorado. Why don't you come with us?" And I didn't know what the camp was, but she was a nice looking girl, and I thought, this sounds like a great thing. And I had all the wrong motivations, but I got on that bus.
At club was my first time, and as I was leaving, this woman grabbed me and was like, "Hey, do you want to go to camp?" And I was like, "What's camp?" And she's like, "It'll be fun, just come." And so that night I wrote a deposit and got on the bus that Friday, 4 days later. And it was really wild and crazy. And then met the Lord that night.
Just almost the engulfing love and attention that we experienced from our counselors and people. It was just like it was so different than anything we'd ever been to.
These are the coolest people in the world, so I'm going to listen to whatever they have to say and make decisions about that. And midweek, they gave a message about the grace of God and Jesus Christ and how I could have salvation through a personal relationship with Him. And I had no idea that it could be a personal relationship, that I could actually know Him intimately. And so I walked around on the mountain top in Colorado that night and received Jesus Christ.
I went on the dock at Castaway with my leader. I know exactly where it is. And she prayed with me, and I decided to give my life to Christ. And I could never be more grateful for that moment and how that changed my life.
And it was not until toward the end of that week, well, the last night we were there, and we sang this song, "Now I Belong to Jesus," and it just occurred to me for the first time, I don't belong to Jesus. Somehow the Spirit of God just captivated me at that moment, and I just said, "Lord, I just want to follow you forever." My counselor told me that she gave me a New Phillips translation of the Bible and had 4 memory verses for me to learn, and she said, memorize these verses and read this book, and we'll just pray that God's going to sustain you.
I came back from camp and did follow-up. I memorized verses. I went to a campaigners group, which is Bible study, all summer.
Within 3 months, my brother and sister came to Christ and started coming to church. And 5 years later, my dad did, and 7 years later, my mom did. And so our whole family was transformed by Jesus Christ and His love. And it all started with that trip to Young Life Camp.
And so I came home, and since then I've been totally diehard Young Life kid. I haven't missed a single club.
Led club for about 30 years. Spent the summers just counseling kids all summer when I was in college. Climbed mountains with Jim Brayburn.
It's brought me the best relationships. And like, I've met my fiance through Young Life, and I've met 6 of my 8 bridesmaids through Young Life. I would say it's the best thing that's ever happened to me for relationships, not just with Jesus, but for friendships too.
The fun part of the story to me now that I'm older is my children have all enjoyed Young Life. I have a son on full-time Young Life staff. My grandchildren, as they are growing, are all going to Young Life and being a part of. We make sure they all go to Young Life Camp and have that opportunity and that experience. So we feel like we're so blessed because we're in 3rd generation of Young Life kids.
Walking through all of life with kids. And they're not kids anymore, they're my peers, they're my friends. And really, it is the joy of my life. And it started so many years ago. But God knew what he was doing, and I'm so thankful.